So this is heifer number 9. Heifer number 9 is at a B. Oh, there's the barn cat making a cameo appearance. This is heifer number 9. B is her mom. She was born right over there about 5 months ago. And this is the best she's looked in almost 42 hours. I found her over by the barn, and she basically looked drunk. She could barely stand. I had to support walk her all the way from over there behind the other side of that red barn up into here, where we have our chute and all of our handling equipment. And I had to drench her with probably 3 different gallons of electrolytes. She's gotten about 7 or 8 vitamin B shots subcutaneous in the neck, help her kind of bounce back. This is the best she's looked. She's actually drank probably an inch or 2 out of that bucket, which is probably about 2-3 quarts. I came out here and she had her mouth open. She was kind of panting. Her sunshade got knocked down and she was just kind of hot. So I set up that fan for her. I might rinse her down with some water here, and she seems to be doing better now. But I think she got into some wild crab apples and ate a whole bunch of them because they were sweet, and the fructose fermented in her belly got her drunk. She passed out, had a stomach ache. If you've ever gotten drunk and passed out, you know you don't probably want to have anything to eat or drink for a little while. So it's just been a lot of work. Every 3 or 4 hours I'm out here checking on her, sometimes more, even in the middle of the night. And this is the best she's looked, and I'm really encouraged. she's really liking that fan. So I'm encouraged. Northbound Vet, big shout out to them. I called him twice. First for an initial diagnosis, and secondly, about 28 hours in, she had an increased respiration. She was just huffing and puffing like she just ran a marathon, even when she was laying down. So this is actually the first time in a decade that I gave a cow antibiotics. So I gave her 15 mils at LA200 sub-Q, and probably 4 hours later, her breathing slowed down to a normal rate, and I was really happy about that. So overall, I think we've turned a corner here. I'm going to keep her up here for another day. I would like to see her eating more. Well, it looks like she's kind of maybe thinking about sniffing that grass. But this is the first time I've come out here and she's been standing on her own, and I offered her some water and she just started drinking it right up. Super important to have an area with a squeeze chute. I think a squeeze chute at this point is now mandatory. I got along without for a long time, but boy, let me tell you, when you're trying to keep a 300-pound animal up off the ground, and they're struggling and they don't really want to cooperate and they don't feel good, and you got to work with them 5, 6, 7 times a day, boy, is it really nice to have decent equipment. It doesn't have to be the latest Aero Equip, but I mean, you need a chute, in my opinion. And having power, even if you got to run some extension cords and some shade and just someplace quiet with good sturdy gates that you can work with, is really important. If you're wondering why I have the pallet here, the pallet leads up into the alleyway, and sometimes it's a little shady in there, so she'd go in there and she'd lay down, and it's kind of tough to get her to lift her up in there. She's gonna sit down now. Don't knock your water over, honey. There you go. That's a good spot to lay down. Oof. You're still grinding your teeth. Let's see if you guys can hear that. When they grind their teeth, that's usually a sign of distress. That's the first time she's been grinding her teeth since I saw her, though, which is pretty good. See, she's kind of panting a little bit, actually. A little hot. I don't know if the increased respiration that I ran into was like an actual bug that was starting to take over, or if it was just the body's way of trying to speed up the filtration and trying to get rid of the toxins in the blood. I don't know, but I wasn't going to screw around with it, and I just said I'm going to give her the antibiotics because I want to keep this little girl. I want to keep her in my program. So, you know, and with the price of cattle, I'm not taking any risks. She's not going to meet, so for anybody who's freaking out and thinking they're going to get hormones and antibiotics in their beef, they're not. I don't even have hormones here. Anyways, I think I'm actually going to dump this water on her and try to cool her off. Right, girly? All right, let's do that, and I'll get you some more water next time. All right, Brownsville Firearms signing off. I hope this was interesting for you guys. Subscribe, drop a like, give me a comment. I don't make these videos terribly often. I'm really busy, so. All right, see you guys.